In this video, I'm going to show you how to play the guitar part to the song Machine by Imagine Dragons, including the guitar solo. So stay tuned. Hello, I'm Paul Douglas. I'm a musician with decades of experience in performing, writing and recording music. This channel is all about helping the 21st century musician. If you're new here, then please consider subscribing to the channel by clicking that button just below the video player. Now, the intro and first half of the verse don't have any guitar on them. If you wanted to play a similar part to what sounds like a synth on the record, you could do something like this. Hit the low E string for quite a short note, don't let it ring out, and then keep doing that with a strum of the muted strings just before it. So you get something like this. 2, 3, 4. Now that goes on in the intro and the verse. The intro is 8 bars and then the first half of the verse is 8 bars, but you don't play that for the last 2 bars. Those last 2 bars are just the vocals on its own. And then in the second half of the verse, the guitar proper comes in, and that second half of the verse is a guitar riff which is in 2 parts. The first part is like this: open E string, then 11th fret A string 2 times, then the open E string 2 times, then 11th fret A string 2 times, and then 12 and 9 on the A string. So. Then we have the second part of the riff, and that is like this. And that is open E, 11th fret A string 2 times, and the open E 2 times, then the 11th fret on the A string 2 times, and then 9 on the A string, and 12 on the low E string. And so with that second half of the verse riff, the first part is played 1 time, then the second part 1 time, and then the first part is played another time, and then the guitar stops and there are just 2 bars of just the vocals before the chorus comes in. So I'll play that through how it is on the track. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we are into the chorus. Now the chorus is based around 3 chords: E, A5 and C sharp minor. I shall show you those shapes. The E is a standard shape at the 7th fret. So I'll talk you through that. I bar across all strings except the low E with my first finger, and then I bar across the D, G, B and E strings with my ring finger. And I play the middle 4 strings, not the high or low E strings. So that's a standard E shape. Then the A5 shape is 7th fret on the D string, 9th fret on the G string, and 10th fret on the B string. Now you could also play the open A string if you want as well. So that's the A5 chord. And then the C sharp minor chord, again, is a standard shape. I bar at the 4th fret across all strings except the low E, and then it's the 6th fret on the D and G strings, and the 5th fret on the B string. And I play all those strings except for the low E. So there are our 3 chords: E, A5 and C sharp minor. Those 3 chords are used for the whole chorus and are played in this sort of rhythm. I'll play it through for you slowly. So that's the chorus. Now we're into the second verse. The guitar in the second verse is exactly the same as the guitar in the first verse. Then the second chorus is the same as the first chorus, except there's one less bar of E chord at the end underneath the line "I am the machine," which is just the vocals. And then after that second chorus, we are into the guitar solo. Now there are loads of low E notes in this solo. It's up to you whether you play them on the guitar or if you leave them to the rest of the band. I'll show you them, but I'll leave it up to you whether or not you play them. So we start with that's low E 2 times, open E string, and then we're going to go to the 21st fret on the high E string and slowly bend it up like this. So we have, then we play the E, that low E 1 time, and then the 14th fret G string played 6 times, slowly bent up a full tone, and then released on the 6th time like this. So far we've got this. And that sort of pattern is repeated a few times just with the note changing. So then we have the open low E 2 times again, and the 17th fret high E string bent up. So again we've got this. Then we have that low E 1 time, and then the 13th fret G string, in a similar fashion to how we did before, we play it 6 times slowly, bending up a semitone and releasing it on the 6th note. And again, we have a similar pattern one more time, low E 2 times, and this time up to the 15th fret on the high E string, bent up a semitone. Then it's the low E 1 time, and the 15th fret B string, again played those 6 times with the bends. Then we stay on that note and we do that a couple of times more, like this. Then after bending up those notes a few times, we're going to play 15 on the high E string with a bend up of a semitone, then 15 on the B string, and then 14 on the G string, bending up a tone, and then we're going to play 13 on the G string, 12 on the D string. So that goes like this. So far the guitar solo goes like this. Then we're going to play a little bit which is very similar to what we played in the second half of the verse. So that's going to be open E string 1 time, then 13 on the G string 2 times, then the open E string again, and then 13 on the G again 3 times this time, and then 14, 11 on the G string, and then slide up. So that goes like this. And the next little bit is similar. Open E, then 13 on the G 2 times, then open E, then 13 on the G 3 times, and then we're going to slide down to 11 and 9 on the G, and then slide up again. So that bit goes like this. Then we played that first one of those again, like this. And finally, to finish off the guitar solo, we're going to play 15 on the B string, bent up a tone slowly. Then we're going to pull off from 15 to 12 on the B, then 14 G, like that. Then the same again, but adding in another note on that G string and play 14, 12 on the G string, so like that. So I'll just slow that down a bit for you. And the last note in the solo is 15 on the B string with a slow bend up a tone. I'll play through the whole guitar solo for you. after the guitar solo, the song finishes with 2 choruses with the chords just like we played before. However, on that final chorus there is a lead guitar sort of solo part over the top, which I'll show you now. It starts on 19th fret of the high E string. We hold that note for a couple of bars, then play it again a few times. Then we bend it up a tone, and then on the B string we go to fret 17, and then fret 19, but bend it up a full tone. So we have this. Now we hold that note for about a bar and a half, then we release the bend, play the note, and go down to 17 on the B string again. So that whole thing is 3, 4. Then over the C sharp minor chord, we play fret 16 on the G string 2 times, bending up a full tone the first time and releasing the second time. Then we stay on that note, bending up and down a couple of times like this. And to finish, we play 16 on the G bent up a tone, 15 on the B bent up a tone 3 times, and we end on 14 on the high E string bent up a tone. So let me play that whole little outro section for you. And that is the whole song, Machine by Imagine Dragons. So, question of the day. What type of guitar tutorial would you prefer to see from me? Do you like a full tutorial like this one, where I show you how to play the guitar parts as close to the record as possible? Or would you prefer a much quicker tutorial where I just show you the chords, so maybe you could strum them on an acoustic and sing over the top of them? Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. If you haven't yet subscribed, then please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to get notified of new videos. Keep making music, and I'll see you again in the next video. Cheers.